What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. I have some fun, sleek upgrades on the chopper bobber build today, or tonight I should say. I'm gonna be actually relocating that speedometer, really something I should have done a long time ago, just to kind of clean up like the whole center handlebar area look, make it more of like an old school chopper look. So what I'm gonna be doing is basically, if I can point it directly, basically just relocating it to here, and the mount is from Cycle Visions, so it'll basically mount right on where this bracket is for the ignition coil, or the starter ignition bracket. So I'm gonna be using that same mount, or that same location, and mount it like speedometer somewhere in this area. Install shouldn't be too hard. It's more of like taking apart the speedometer, like the housing of it, and putting it into this guy right here. So, you know, relocating like the lights and whatnot, and then the actual like dial itself. So shouldn't be too hard to do. And then replacing what I have over there with a 1-inch bar clamp. So it's just like a gloss black one from Dennis Kirk. Pretty cheap, I think it was like $25 or $27. But yeah, gonna go ahead and start basically tearing apart this speedometer here and seeing how I can mount everything else. So very simple. I'm gonna be taking apart these two guys. That'll allow this whole unit to come off, and obviously this is gonna become loose. So I'm gonna probably put some sort of towel here, lay it down, and that way it'll allow this whole unit to come off. All right, so I have the handlebar off, as you can see, and the speedometer as well. So next thing I'm gonna do here is basically take off these two bolts and these two screws as well, and transfer basically, like I said, the face and the lights onto the new housing. So it's gonna be pretty easy swap. Once I do that, then I'm gonna be able to reroute these wires that are basically underneath this tank here, and I can fish it out this way. That'll have the wires coming through the side of the tank and have it basically sit right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the swap here. Once I do that, then I can basically confirm that everything that I swapped onto that housing fits properly. Then I can put the handlebars back on with the new clamps and basically be good to go. All right, so a little update on what's going on here. I have the new speedometer face on here. This is the back side of it. I had to take off the connector that was plugged into here, just to basically fish out the wires from underneath the tank and to go past like one of the mounts of the tank and to go right underneath here. So that's why I took off the connectors, or the connector I should say, and then the button that basically, you know, goes to trip A, trip B, mileage and whatnot. So it's actually pretty easy. It's all plug and play. This is the face plate for the lights. So all it is just, you know, what shows the high beam, the signals, like that part of the plate, as well as the lights. And you can see here, these are the lights for it. So they're just LEDs, that's all it is. And these are the connectors. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug all this back onto here. And once I have that all plugged back in, then I mount the actual mount itself, which is this hole, using this bolt onto this guy here. So I'll be taking this out and replacing it with a new one right there. And this side of the mount for the start, this, like the key, it's probably gonna sit a little bit higher, but I think it'll be okay. As long as it like passes underneath this spark plug wire and it gives enough clearance, I think it'll be fine. But we'll see how everything turns out. But so far it's looking good. Alrighty, so I have the faceplate back on and everything looks pretty darn good. Now I have the mounts basically wedged in between the bracket for the keys, the ignition keys, starter, whatever you want to call it. It seems to be working pretty well as far as fitment goes. So like I said, I have it wedged in right there. You can see that the holes are matching up, at least for the most part. So I'm gonna be putting that fresh hardware in there, basically securing it down, and then gonna put the handlebars back on with a new bar clamp, 1-inch bar clamp, and it'll be ready to go. So really easy install, very clean. Again, the brand for the mount for the speedometer is Cycle Visions, and I'm just using a Dennis Kirk gloss black 1-inch bar clamp for the handlebars right here. So it should work out all pretty well. Excited for like the sleek look, honestly. All right guys, well, everything is finally done and installed. Looks really good. I'm loving the look of it. It's definitely a chopper look. Having this part open just makes it less like bulky looking in this area. So I'm glad I brought it down here. One thing to note, if you need to clock this face a certain direction, really simple. You just have to loosen the 2 screws right here. Just loosen it a little bit, not too much. That'll allow you to basically turn the face from the front side either clockwise or counterclockwise. So I got it pretty much clocked a certain way that I want it. But yeah, looks really good. Really excited, honestly, for how this is, like how everything is like represented here. Turn it on, see how everything looks. Yep, that looks good. Still got the lights working, but yeah, we're looking good here. So the whole idea again was just to make the handlebar area more of like that chopper look and just have more of like an open space in this area. Not just having everything so clustered there. So everything all in all was about like $130 like with shipping. So the Cycle Visions like mount was about $100, and then the bar clamp mount was about like $27. So free shipping with everything and like tax and whatnot. So yeah, about $135. Really not too bad of an upgrade. I would highly recommend whoever that has like the newer Sportsters, I guess like an 07 and up. If you guys are trying to look for like that specific look, the little details that matter to make every little thing look more of like that chopper look that you want, definitely recommend it. It's a nice upgrade, and it's a really easy one too to do. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions on the install, if I missed anything out, please comment down below, and I'll try my best to answer your guys' questions. Otherwise, that is pretty much it. I will catch you guys later.